Recently I've had a lot of people ask what I plan on doing with my Superchargers and my Vouchers. So for today's video, I'm going to explain what I would recommend you do with them. Before we jump into it, I did want to quickly remind everybody that Archaeologist is currently available in the event store, and she's one of the top 2 best farming heroes in Save the World, so you're definitely going to want to try to get her. And Whiteout Fiona is also available this week, and you can get her after completing Hit the Road's Escort Quinn Part 2 quest. And the modifiers for this week's Hit the Road include Shields Up, which increases hero shields and makes them regenerate at a faster rate. And it also has Husk Hardiness, which slightly increases Husk maximum health. And I don't use Whiteout Fiona often as my commander, but I do use her a lot in my support team when I'm using swords, axes, and scythes. So if you haven't gotten her already, you're going to want to try to get her as well. So with that being said, you're not going to want to use your hero recruitment vouchers on either of those 2 heroes. You also don't want to use it on Thunder Thora. According to some leaks that I found on Twitter, she'll most likely be a reward for Hit the Road quest sometime over the next couple of weeks. Also, I believe Dennis Jr. and the Surround Pound will also make a return eventually. And another weapon that you'll supposedly be able to get from Hit the Road in the future is the Deciblaster. So you're not going to want to use your weapon voucher on this one. So those are possibly a couple of heroes and weapons that you can expect to see over the next few weeks. So I would not use any vouchers on any of those. But yeah, that was the first thing I wanted to point out. Anyways, when it comes to Superchargers and vouchers, honestly, spend them if you want to. You earned them. If you want to spend them to get a specific hero or weapon, then go ahead and do it. Again, the only reason I'm showing my recommendations is because a lot of people asked for it. When it comes to the Venture Zone, you'll be able to earn 1 hero recruitment voucher as well as 1 weapon research voucher. You'll also be able to earn up to 2 hero superchargers as well as 1 trap supercharger, 1 weapon supercharger, 16 survivor superchargers, and 1 core reperk. So that's how many superchargers and vouchers you'll get from the Blasted Badlands Venture Zone. And I guess first we'll start off with hero recruitment vouchers. If you're new to Save the World, I would say hold on to your voucher for now. And the reason I say hold on to it is because a lot of the heroes get recycled every year, and you'll be given the opportunity to get most of them either from the event store or from quest rewards. And I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want you to waste your voucher on a hero that you'll end up getting eventually anyway. But yeah, there isn't like any one hero that's the best for every type of event. Usually some are really good for certain events and others are really good for other events. So I think if I were new to Save the World, I would hold off on using that voucher and try saving it for a hero that I'm struggling to get. But again, that's just how I would approach it. One thing you should consider when spending your hero voucher is whether or not that hero will also give you a team perk. A lot of mythics give team perks, and there's also a couple of legendary heroes that can also give it. Like with Toy Heroes, for example. I believe if you were to recruit any one of them, you should be given the Happy Holidays team perk. So you'll also want to consider the possible team perks you can get when using your hero voucher. Now, if you aren't new to Save the World, or if you have a bunch of hero vouchers like I do, then you could use them for the Art Deco Heroes. I already used 1 to get Gumshoe, and I think I'll use a couple more to get Venturian and Sleuth. And the only reason I would say use vouchers on these if you've been playing a while is because they haven't really given us a chance to earn them yet. I know they had Art Deco Llamas available for 1 day, but you can only get a total of 5. So I know there's a lot of people out there who don't have all of the Art Deco heroes. And if you got a bunch of vouchers, you could use them on the Art Deco heroes, and you can also use them on the Toy Heroes. So if you're missing the Happy Holidays team perk, you can try getting one of these Toy Heroes. I think the one I would recommend getting is Jilly Teacup. I believe she's the best one out of these 4. So that's what I plan on doing with my vouchers. I'm going to go ahead and get Sleuth and Venturian. And chances are they will become available eventually, but they haven't really given us a chance to earn them yet. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I have multiple hero recruitment vouchers. If I only had 1, I would probably hold on to it. When it comes to the new weapon research voucher, I would treat it the same way as the hero recruitment voucher. If you're new to Save the World, you're going to want to try to get as many weapons and heroes as you can from events. I know the description says this token can be redeemed for legendary or mythic event weapons in the collection book. Epic hasn't said anything about any mythic event weapons, and if you look at the hero recruitment voucher, it basically says the same thing. It just replaces weapons with heroes. So that text could be like a copy paste from the hero vouchers. There's no guarantee that we're going to get mythic weapons. But again, I'm going to be holding on to my weapon research voucher just in case. Like, I don't even have all of the Art Deco weapons, but I'm still not going to use my weapon research voucher because I want to wait till the Art Deco weapons become available. Try to get as many as I can from the llamas. And then if I'm still missing any, I'll consider using it. But since I only have one voucher, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to waste it on a weapon I may end up getting. And the Art Deco weapons are actually really good, but I don't consider any of them to be like a must-have, absolutely need to spend your voucher on this weapon. So I'm going to be holding on to mine. But when it comes to all of the other weapons from all of the other events, I pretty much have all of them. So again, as long as you are able to play every event and Save the World, you should have the opportunity to get every event weapon. If you're new to Save the World, I would recommend you do the same. If you've been playing a while, you could hold on to them, or if there's a weapon from an event that you missed, you could use it on that. But I'm going to be holding on to mine for now. Alright, now when it comes to hero superchargers, you'll get 2 of them. And when you use it, it'll increase your hero's power level from level 50 to level 52. So if you use both of them on the same hero, you can increase it up to level 54, which should increase the power level to 136. And basically what the hero supercharger does is, if you look at the stats towards the left, as soon as you promote your hero, it'll increase all of those stats. So it increases your health, your shield regen rate, your hero ability damage, as well as your hero healing modifier. So that's what the hero superchargers do. They increase the damage as well as your survivability. And with Blasted Badlands, you'll only be able to earn 2 of them. I know they said in the home base status report that you can level up your heroes from 50 to 60, but you'll only be able to increase their level to 54, at least with this first venture zone. At this rate, it'll take at least 2 more adventure zones in order to increase your hero all the way to level 60. So that's how the hero superchargers work. You don't really need superchargers at all, not even for high level Twine Peaks, not for endurance, not for any events that we've had in Save the World. So for now, I'm probably just going to hold on to mine. If I had to choose a hero to use it on right now, I would probably choose either Base Kyle or Power Base Penny, because those 2 constructors are useful for almost every event and game mode in Save the World. I think the only events where I don't really use constructors are dungeons and Hit the Road. I pretty much use them when it comes to all of the other events though. They're also good heroes to use in venture zones. So if I had to use them today, those are probably 2 heroes I would consider. But for now, I'm just going to hold on to them. One thing I should mention though is that if you already used it, or if you used it on the wrong hero, you should be able to get those superchargers back. All you have to do is recycle that hero or weapon, unless it's a hero or weapon or survivor that can't be recycled. But yeah, that was another thing I wanted to point out. If you use them, you can get them back as long as that item is recyclable. But when it comes to hero superchargers, I'm gonna hold on to mine for now. I guess next up we have trap superchargers. Like I said earlier, you don't really need superchargers for anything in Save the World, so I'll most likely hold on to this one as well. But if I had to use it, I'll probably end up using it on either wall launchers or floor launchers, since those are my most used traps. Basically what the superchargers do is, when it comes to damage dealing traps, they'll increase the damage as well as the crit hit damage. So with Sealing Electric Field or with Gas Trap, it'll increase those 2 stats. But when it comes to non-dealing damage traps like floor launchers and wall launchers, it'll just increase the impact. So that's what trap superchargers do, and those are the traps I'll most likely use it on. Either these, or I could try to increase the damage of Sealing Gas Traps. But I think I'll probably end up using it on my launcher traps. Like I said, for now I'm just going to be holding on to it, and it's not really needed when it comes to Save the World. And you'll only get 1 trap supercharge during the Blasted Badlands Venture event. Same thing is true for the weapon supercharger, which I haven't gotten yet, but basically it's going to increase your weapon's power level from 130 to 133 and its regular level from 50 to 52. And that's going to increase your damage, your headshot damage, as well as the impact. For melee weapons, it'll just increase your damage and impact. And chances are I will most likely end up using my weapon supercharger. I may hold on to it for a little bit, but I think I'm going to end up using it on one of my mythic weapons. Either the Storm King's Wrath or the Fury or the Ravager. I know there's a lot of other good weapons you could use it on as well. But since we only get one, I think I'm going to go ahead and use it on one of my mythics. Probably the Storm King's Wrath, since it's a really good weapon and I use it a lot. You can also get Survivor Superchargers, and you should be able to get a total of 16 Survivor Superchargers. Each of those Superchargers can increase your Survivor's level by 2, which increases their power level by 3. And obviously that's going to increase your overall power level. I have spoken to somebody who's used all of their Survivor Superchargers and they weren't able to get the power level 132. I believe it was 131.98. So they were very close to 132, but you won't be able to reach 132 after you use all your Survivor Superchargers. But it does increase your level. It can increase your health, your offense, your resistance, which is your shield, or your tech, which is your ability and trap damage. So wherever you use your superchargers is gonna help buff that attribute. And the ones I plan on using them on are my mythic leads. And first I'm gonna start off with my mythic leads and my tech squads. So Corps of Engineering and the Think Tank, I'm gonna try to max them out first. That way I can increase my ability and trap damage. And then once I max those out, I think I will move on to the mythic lead that I have in my offense squads. And like I said, you get a total of 16 superchargers. So you should be able to max out at least 3 of them to level 60, and then you should have one extra one left over. And with Survivor Superchargers, I feel like you can go ahead and use them right away. You just want to make sure that you use them on the right survivors. Same thing is true with the Survivor Superchargers as all of the others. If you end up making a mistake and putting it on the wrong survivor, you can recycle that survivor and get your supercharger back, as long as that survivor is recyclable. You won't be able to recycle survivors like Joel or Carolina, so you don't want to put superchargers on them like I did. You're going to want to put them on your mythic leads, and you want to make sure that you put it on a mythic lead that matches the squad. You don't want to put it on a mythic lead that doesn't match the squad. So like if this mythic lead didn't match and didn't have our personalities matching, then I would probably hold on to my Survivor Supercharger until I get a good mythic lead for that squad. But when it comes to Survivor Superchargers, use them on your mythic leads first. And the ones I'm going to be using them on are the ones that are in the tech squad. You could use them on other ones if you prefer, but I'm going to go with tech. I guess the last thing is the core reperk. And I believe you'll only get one of these as well. And those core reperks are used to change the 6 perk on your weapons. And just like with everything else, I'll probably hold on to it at first, but I think the weapon I'll end up using it on is either the Spectral Blade, because both of these other options are a lot better than the original. Another weapon I may potentially use it on is the Candy Corn, because you can increase your crit rating and damage and make that more lethal. So those are a couple of the weapons I'm considering, but again, I'm gonna hold on to it until I feel like I need it. Let me know in the comments which weapons and heroes you plan on using your superchargers on. But I think we've covered almost everything when it comes to the new Blasted Badlands Venture Zone. If there's any tips that I haven't gone over that you all would like us to go over, then let me know in the comments below. I also found a few more really good hero loadouts when it comes to Venture Zone, so I could show those as well. If you all have any tips in regards to Superchargers, Vouchers, or the Venture Zones, let us know in the comments below. I hope y'all found the video useful, and thanks for watching.